Kyle Ramos, strongmangoodmen.com. So we're going to kind of shift gears. We've been talking a lot about relationships lately, but this is not just about relationships. This is about life in general and how to be a more successful, strong man. And strong men are good men. So career planning. Now, you have to understand the benefits and the downfalls of picking certain careers. Excuse me. Of picking certain careers. So, if you have a plan, it's going to help you mitigate poor decisions, because you can sit down and say, I want to do X, Y, and Z. There's firms, I mean, we can help you do it, strongmangoodmen.com, but there's firms that do this. There's a couple of them, or a bunch rather, that will help you make a path. And this is not like, stuck in stone, you can't deviate. But if you have a general path you want to take on your career, it'll help you in life, right? It'll help you especially stop from making bad decisions. Because your choices in your career will stay with you a lot of times if you make a bad one. It's not to say that you can't overcome it, but it'll stick with you. If you pick a bad decision in a career, or you burn a bridge, whatever, it'll stick with you. So career planning, how we got so far, is it's going to help you mitigate bad decisions. It's going to help you choose the right decisions on the way that are going to benefit you in the future, right? It's going to help you in job security, because if you plan your career properly, you'll have a multitude of opportunities, right? If you pick a good career and you properly position yourself in that field, you'll have a lot of opportunities. So you won't be that guy who's stuck, who says, man, I can't leave my job because I need my paycheck and I don't think I could make as much money anywhere else, right? Because just as we talk about being a high value man in the mating life, you can be one in the business life, in the business realm as well. And this is saying that you want to have a corporate job. Maybe your career plan is I want to be an entrepreneur. That's great too. So another thing that career planning gives you is it shows you the pros and cons. Because when you sit down with somebody who can help you plan your career, with a career planner, they're going to ask you these questions. You're going to talk about these things, and you'll flush some of these ideas out. And so it'll help you understand the pros and cons of different fields and of different, if you want to work in the corporate world or be an entrepreneur or whatever. Because you have to understand these things. Being an entrepreneur, there is a lot of upside, right? You could start a business and be highly successful. There's a lot of downside. You could not make anything. Your company could go belly up, or it could just never even get off the ground, right? So who knows? It's a shot in the dark to some extent when you're starting your own business. So you got to be able to think about those things and say, yes, I want to do that, or no, I don't want to do that. Maybe you like having a little more security, so you want to work for a large company and try to be like an entrepreneur and work your way up the corporate ladder up to the top. There's nothing wrong with that either. Executives for big Fortune 500 companies are, not just the CEO, any kind of C-suite level person, they're making a lot of money, right? So there's nothing wrong with that. It's a lot of time and effort, getting there. A lot of sacrifices that people have to make, You better be willing to put 60 hours a week in. But this goes for being an entrepreneur as well. Like if you think you're going to be an entrepreneur and sit around and play video games all day and hang out, that's just not the case either. But anyway, so you'll be able to figure these things out. You have to understand how these decisions, affect you. But you need to plan your career. There's too many people, they just, they go to college and you ask, what do you want to do? I don't know. Well, you got to figure it out, and I think you should intern. That's my personal belief. I think a lot more people should do internships, and just go work places while they're in high school or in college for free to figure out what field they really like. But once you figure it out, once you say, hey, I want to do that, then you should really get with a career planner to properly plan out how you want to get to where you want to be. And in another video, we're going to talk about, the next video actually, I think we're going to talk about understanding how that dynamic is going to affect you in your personal life. But anyways, thank you again for listening. strongmengoodmen.com. We have our men's group there. We have our personal coaching there. Also like this video and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Really appreciate it. Thank you.